little bit. So, hi guys. Here we are. Say hi.
Hey, guys, come here. I found something really creepy. Come here. Guys, wake up. David, I heard a noise outside. I swear. It was like a howl, like a scream, something.
I do have a gun. I'm not afraid to use it.
Agree. Just drank. Lots of different sounds.
Hello?
Oh, all right. There's an animal in there.
Posted anonymously on June 26, 2025, this chilling video quickly gained attention for its disturbing nature. The footage claims to document the final moments of 6 teenage boys, ages 18 to 19, who vanished during a camping trip under mysterious circumstances. What authorities recovered was only what remained of their campsite, along with a single phone and camera that had captured their final hours. From the moment the video begins, it's clear this isn't your average outdoor vlog. Recorded on a shaky handheld camera, it opens with scenes of the boys having fun, laughing and joking, fully immersed in the excitement of a weekend escape into the wilderness.
Guys, I brought a camera so we can like vlog our trip a little bit. So, hi guys. Here we are. Say hi. There we go. We got this tent over here all set up.
Keegan, put that away. You gotta finish unpacking, bro.
Loser.
Oh, Keegan, come
What is he doing up there? I don't know. I'm gonna get some food.
Alright, so they don't know this, but I came up to the spot and I'm gonna get them so hard. Like, I'm gonna prank them really bad. I have some like leftovers from our lunch earlier. I'm gonna make it seem like, I don't know, there was like a seance or like a ritual happening. So here. I feel like do something like right here. I'll add a little bit more to it. Okay, yeah, there we go. That looks like something. Alright, I'm gonna get ready and I'm gonna call them up here. Hopefully they don't realize that it's just fried chicken. Hey, guys, come here. I found something really creepy. Come here. What? I don't know what it is. Yeah,
What the heck? Oh, that's weird. Dude, that's just someone's chicken bones.
No, dude, it looks like some kind of like spirit shrine, like something like that, like you'd use for like a ritual.
That's
strange.
Oh yeah, really?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I feel like it's calling to me. Like I need to.
Jesus.
Got you. As we can see here, you have Jace making his tea using an empty can. Got some hooligans over there doing their thing.
As the group settles in, they each take turns introducing themselves to the camera. They're shown pitching tents, making lighthearted jokes, and even plotting a prank involving leftover chicken bones arranged to look like a creepy ritual setup. The atmosphere is casual and full of youthful energy like any typical camping trip. But once the sun begins to set, there's a slow, almost imperceptible change in mood. As rain begins to fall, they gather under makeshift cover. It's here that the first uneasy moment appears. A quick conversation about hearing distant screams or howling noises. Most of them laugh it off, blaming the eerie sounds on nerves and isolation. David, one of the boys, offers to step out and check. He leaves the tent and is never seen again.
Guys, wake up. David, I heard a noise outside. I swear. It was like a howl, like a scream, something. See?
Okay, fine. Maybe it's real. David, go look it up.
What? You're making me go look?
David, please.
I'm making you look.
What?
Please go look.
No.
I'll pay you $50.
$50?
Yeah. It's been a little bit. He's not come back. You guys think? Should we stay up and wait for him?
Oh, let's do this.
Alright. Good night, guys.
Alright, oh my god. David? Oh my god, guys. David's still, guys, wake up. What? David's still not here. He's still out there. He's just freaking a hammer. Dude, he's still out there.
From there, the situation takes a terrifying nosedive. At first, they believe David is messing around, trying to scare them. But as minutes turn into hours and he doesn't return, worry sets in. They begin calling out into the forest, walking the tree line in groups, still assuming it's some elaborate prank. But then another boy goes missing. And then another. Panic finally takes hold when dawn breaks, revealing their campsite has been torn apart. Backpacks ripped, their phones no longer working, and the one vehicle key they had is missing, taken by one of the missing boys, or something else entirely. What once felt like a silly mystery is now a real nightmare. A second device, Jace's phone, is found abandoned in the woods with footage that captures raw, unfiltered fear. No music, no narration, just confusion and horror. We watch as one of the last boys desperately calls for his friends, his voice growing more frantic, the silence around him deafening. Whoever, or whatever, is behind their disappearance is never shown, but the terror is felt in every shaky frame. In the final piece of footage, a boy, possibly the last remaining, runs through the forest, following the path Cooper had taken in search of help. All he finds is Cooper's flashlight on the ground. He turns the camera to himself, whispering in panic, eyes filled with tears, completely alone. In the final seconds, two hands reach into the frame, grabbing his face, and the footage cuts to black. This wasn't a dramatized story. There's no background music, no horror effects. Just fear, confusion, and a devastating sense of helplessness. While I couldn't find any concrete proof to confirm the story's authenticity, the footage claims to show the real-time unraveling of a tragedy, caught moment by moment. As always, I'll leave it to you. Was this the documented truth of 6 lost lives, or a disturbingly convincing fabrication? Let me know what you believe. Tom's Trails is a YouTube channel where the creator documents his outdoor adventures, often pitching camp deep in the wilderness. On this trip, he brought along his loyal dog, Archie, and set out for another night in the woods.
Even the sunset reflected in the car looks amazing. This is going to be great. I'm going to be an absolute feast for the mozzies tonight, because I'm covered in sweat from the gym. This isn't the place I wanted to go to today, but sun's setting. The actual place I wanted to go to was about a 40-minute drive. There was just not enough time. Even now, it's going to be getting dark very, very soon. Anyway, that's us over there. This is the happiest dog in the world right now. He's in his element. Just an open field, just hanging out.
As they moved deeper into the forest, the sunlight quickly faded behind thick trees. Around 8 p.m., the trail narrowed, and Archie, who had been walking just ahead, suddenly froze. His posture shifted, ears perked, muscles tight, eyes locked on something in the shadows straight ahead.
Just birds, mate, just birds. Yep. Nah. Something's Something's pardon my language. The first time I've ever sworn on this channel. Does that prove that something feels genuinely off? We're out here, man. We're gone.
The woods fell dead silent. Not a single bird call, not a single rustle, just heavy stillness. Archie wouldn't move like he sensed something hidden nearby. Tom didn't push it. He trusted his dog's instincts and made the call to turn back.
I know what the comments are going to be. I was going to talk about how someone's commented and said, oh, if you're a naturally nervous person, maybe camping isn't right for you. It's going to be like, thumbnail was going to be, should I quit camping, question mark, question mark. It's going to be a great bloody clickbait, not really, emotive title.
He stopped further down the trail to cook a quick meal, but that same heavy tension followed him. The sense of being watched never lifted.
Yeah, I can definitely hear voices. I think Archie can hear voices as well. So good, big dog, we're going now. God, am I happy I didn't decide to pitch up before things got creepy. I once again feel that overwhelming urge to get the hell out and just go, which is exactly.
Eventually, Tom decided to pack up and get out before things got worse. It felt like the right move, and what happened next proved it.
Yeah. Bad vibes, man. Bad vibes. I don't feel the slightest bit of regret. I feel that I've made the right choice. What the f*** was that? You won't have heard that because I've got my mic on me. Can you hear that? Let me switch my mic off. I'm not messing around. I really hope the mic picked up. All the hairs on my back are up right now.
A piercing scream ripped through the woods, and suddenly, birds everywhere started calling out at once. Whatever made that sound, Tom wanted no part of it. He left fast. This trip was a powerful reminder. Trust your gut. That one decision might be all that separates you from becoming the story people tell around a campfire. So, what do you think that scream was? An animal, or something far more chilling? Happy Hippie is a YouTuber known for his love of camping, exploring, and spending time in the wild. His channel usually features peaceful getaways, not creepy stories. But this video took a different turn. He had planned to spend the night inside a place called White Lagoon, a remote shelter known as a bothy. Basic, free, and open for anyone to use.
It's called the White Lagoon, I believe, and it's by Loch D. And I've got a bit of wood with me, just in case there's no dry stuff there, so I can have a fire with ease. Oh. I've said this before, there's beauty around every corner, and this is what I mean. You couldn't see that from down there, but then...
After a long trek, he finally reached the shelter and stepped inside to make sure no one else was already there.
Oh nice, bunk beds. Alright, sweet. Nice and cozy. Said I wanted to take up fishing. Someone's left a little homemade fishing rod. Really sweet. You see some pretty weird written on doors. That's normally the you see. Smoke that and that's a common one. If you can see it, it says Bill Gates. That one, little coordinates. Think I'm gonna go check it out? Hell no, but I'm sure someone's just joking. Look at the amazing view from the window. You got the lock down there. I love coming in bobbies, they're so heavy.
The place was quiet and empty except for a few old fishing rods and some odd symbols scratched into the walls. Nothing too alarming, so he didn't think much of it. Soon after, a small group of hikers passed through and chatted with him briefly before heading off.
It's like my first guests. I had a few people from the mountain bobbing team come up and just had a nice chat with them for a bit, told them what I do. And they said they were going to check out my videos, so hopefully you guys enjoy them if you're watching. And they're just about to head off now. Getting a bit hungry, so I think I'll have a wee bit of haggis for lunch.
Once they left, he prepped his sleeping gear, fixed a hot meal, and got a fire going to cut the cold. But when the sun went down, that peaceful energy shifted.
Water filter straws, and it comes with 2 little bags as well, so you can attach the straw to that. But I've not got to use... Oh, maybe this is the guests. There was no one there. I don't know if that's just the people f***ing me or something. I don't know if that's something they do. But I don't think it would be that family. It was just a dad and his daughter and son. Oh well, we'll see. It was just knocking on the door again, and then I went out, but there was no one there, so I don't know what's going on, but I've not heard of any haunted bobbies or anything. I've never had weird just wanted a nice little bobby night. videos before, you know I don't do like this. Fun night. And they're walking around into the room, and then I go in there, and it just stops. Maybe I just put my music on really loud and forget about it. Yeah, that cameraman never dies right.
Out of nowhere, there was a knock at the door. Curious, he stepped outside only to find nothing but black woods and silence. Not a soul around. Even if it had been a person, the fact that someone would mess around this far from civilization felt deeply disturbing. The knocking kept happening, off and on, and though his nerves were fraying, he made a choice. He wasn't going to let fear win. He turned up the music, tried to tune it all out, and focused on enjoying the night. But that sense of unease never fully left. Luke's a seasoned adventurer known for testing outdoor gear, from tents to trail packs, and his deep love for nature keeps him out in the wild more than most. This time, his destination is a rugged peak called Devil's Throne, a place with a name as ominous as the journey ahead.
Everyone, thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of the Outdoor Gear Review. Welcome to the Devil's Throne. This is an episode that a lot of people have been looking forward to, and that includes myself. This is a very odd location. Strange things happen here. This is my 4th time to the Devil's Throne over the years, and every single time I've experienced some odd things. Already, I've had 2 experiences just coming up the mountain here. I'm not alone up here. Something is with me. I hear footsteps, I drop my pack, I take off running, I can find nothing. I make it back to my pack, I'm hearing footsteps again.
Even before setting up camp, something strange happens. Unmistakable footsteps echo across the rocky terrain. Clear, measured, and right in front of him, but no one is there. These weren't random forest sounds or gusts of wind, they were intentional. Most folks would have turned around and called it a day, but not Luke. He was locked in for the night, unaware that the oddities were just beginning.
This large rock structure, everyone, is the Devil's Throne. Basically, it's a series of rocks stacked on top of each other, jutting off and over this mountaintop. It is extremely cool. At the same time, because of the size of this, it offers a ton of protection. So, when you're underneath this gigantic rock, it could be storming outside, and underneath here, you will stay dry. That doesn't mean that there's not going to be water present, though. This entire area will flood. We are protected from the rain above us coming down, but there will be a lot of water coming through here. Not like a river or a creek or anything, but without a doubt, a stream of...
When he finally makes it to his campsite, the entire area is swallowed by a thick blanket of fog. It dulls the landscape and makes everything feel disconnected from reality. He sets up camp, boils water, and takes comfort in a warm drink, trying to ease the tension from the hike. The surroundings are quiet, eerily so, nothing but trees swaying and leaves rustling. No movement, no footsteps, just silence, the kind that makes you stop and listen without knowing why. But peace never lasts in places like this. Just as Luke begins to relax, something cuts through the stillness, sudden, sharp, and out of place.
I wish I could tell you all what that is, but I do not know. Like, it's like just out of my reach as far as my hearing goes, you know? It's like one of those things where like I feel like I could tell what it was if it was just a little bit louder, but I can't. It sounds weird though, that's for sure. Not once today have I felt like I was alone up here. When I was hiking up the mountain, I heard footsteps. I heard that strange noise. I hear it again now. This is part 4 of the Devil's Throne series, and likely it'll be the last part. I wanted to come up here, spend the night, see what happens, and I will share with you all my experiences. Already a bit strange, you know what I mean?
He couldn't identify what it was, but it shifted the entire mood. That creeping sense of being watched started to grow. While prepping a quick meal, the sounds returned, this time much nearer.
I am still hearing that sound. It's pretty loud too. Closer. Unfortunately, it's too foggy, the rocks are too wet to go mess around in the dark. I have to stay right here. Basically, I'm hunkered down for the night. That is so weird. I mean, what the hell is that? I have no idea. But I certainly don't feel like I'm alone out here. Whatever it is will have to come to me because there's no way that I can go to it. So come on down, let's go.
And they didn't stop. Whatever it was, it kept circling, pressing in, never revealing itself.
There's that noise again. Every time I hear it, it sounds like it's in a different place. I don't know. It doesn't seem to be coming any closer. Like when we were eating, it was pretty loud, but now it's fairly far off. And that makes it kind of strange, you know what I mean? I don't know.
Many have claimed to see a shadowy figure on this very mountain, something with pitch-black eyes moving through the forest. Local legends speak of a witch that once lived up top, also known for eyes as dark as night. Strange happenings continue to this day. Some even say they felt invisible hands trying to shove them off the cliffs. As for what Luke heard, maybe it was natural, maybe not. But those early footsteps, they weren't the wind. He's not saying it was a creature, but whatever it was, it shook him enough to rethink solo camping in haunted places like Devil's Throne. On June 10th, 2025, James, the mind behind the YouTube channel Silverwood Stones of the Past, set out into the dense, remote Burkhead Mountain wilderness, part of the Wari National Forest. His plan was clear: establish a camp for the night and track down the ruins of a forgotten homestead buried deep in the woods. But this wasn't just a scenic walk. He came ready for the unknown.
You know what, I was thinking of following that trail a little bit further down the creek here, but I think I'm just going to jump. I'm just going to jump out into the woods. It looks kind of clear. Doesn't look too bad. There's a summit. I'm going to jump back in and start giving you my plan of action once I get to the summit. But I always do this with every video, and I like to mention it, is I always like to feel the area before I really start recording. So, be right. I don't know. But yeah, I'm going to mark this on the map. Oh, look at that. There's a little kettle left over with some water in it. Some old wood. So I'm very interested how they cut that. how long ago this was cut, because this is a wilderness area. You're not supposed to use any type of mechanical machinery or devices. Everything has to be cut with a saw. So I don't know, guys, what do you think? Is that a chainsaw? Or is that a non-mechanical saw? This is a cool find if you're looking for a quick steep climb that gets your blood flowing in a nice little campsite. Just make sure you bring up water, because I don't see any water up here.
The footage kicks off with James weaving through rugged, unmarked paths near Talbot Creek. Even in the summer heat and rough elevation, he presses on, eventually reaching a high point where he discovers signs of someone who had been there before. An old fire ring, a rusted kettle, and worn pieces of wood. He then sets up his own camp beside the creek and walks viewers through the setup.
The inside, before we take a peek on the outside. This is a nice little mosquito net. This is cheap. I'll leave a link below in the description. But yeah, when you sit down, this stretches down pretty far, so it doesn't hit up against the roof of this rainfly. This is the Eno House rainfly, by the way. Haven't done a review on this yet, really. I love it. I love it so far. I'm going to show you why. More specifically, on this side, because it closes, and it kind of really helps. This is probably really good for rain and some inclement weather. In the wintertime as well. Alright, so as you see here, I got my water. Gonna have to find a place to hang that up in a moment. I just brought that along just in case it got really buggy. I got my camping gear, cooking stove and pot. This is my electronics. This bag weighs about 5 pounds. These are my cords and stuff. Power cords to charge things, and batteries for my GPS. Batteries for my, I do have a GoPro. I'll have to take a look at that a little bit later. I have my tape recorder, you know, for paranormal phenomenon, voice phenomenon. That's the GoPro that I have, the Brave 6 Plus. But yeah, what else? Yeah, here we got the power bank. I don't want to take this all out now. Oh yeah, let me get that flashlight out. I'm going to need this. That sun is going down. So I bring bowls with me usually. This is my eating bowl, and I have another bowl somewhere.
As he explains the gear he brought along, something near his sight catches his attention. Something strange. Not far from his tent lies what he calls a ghost road.
But oh yeah, let me show you over here. This was crazy, man. I went to relieve myself, pardon me, and I saw this right here. I was like, oh, this is looks kind of like a little man-made gully. But further up, there is definitely 100% a trail here. This is not on any maps that I know of. And this could be another old roadbed. So I kind of lucked out where my camping is. I'm a little nervous. But I'm wondering if this goes up to the abandoned home. I'm debating whether we could take a hike up there tonight.
While taking a break, he spots what looks like a shallow trench carved by man, not nature. When he inspects it, he realizes it's likely an abandoned trail, or maybe even an old road leading to a long-lost community. He decides to try heading toward the rumored homestead. But the attempt doesn't last long. The GPS starts glitching, coyotes begin howling louder in the distance, and a creeping sense of dread makes him turn back.
I'm gonna head back to camp. Coyotes are out. I'm getting a little turned around. It's kind of weird. My GPS was acting kind of funny. I'm not trying to sound spooky or anything like that, but it felt like I was walking, like it was starting to go around in circles before I was getting near the home, the abandoned home. So before I get too turned around, before the coyotes, we just want to get settled in.
Back at his fire, James reflects on the growing silence and the odd weight of being so far removed from everything. The next day, rain pours over his camp, soaking his gear, but he refuses to give up. Following a new lead on a trail carved into the land, he sets out again, more determined than ever.
Zoom out for you, a kind of like a turnoff. Again, it might be hard to see on the camera, but it looks like that there's a groove in the middle. Yeah, I think I have to take the chance and go up for a few feet. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. You know, let's do it together. I'm gonna find this. I think I see a chimney up ahead, actually. Yeah, that doesn't look natural. Or maybe it is. Still following this road. Or, oh, there it is. Yes. Oh shit, oh, that's a big house. Alright. And this is what it's all about. Oh, I could have done this on a day trip probably, but this is the oldie. Alright, I'm seeing spider webs here. Let me get my stick ready. Approaching slowly.
That decision pays off. After climbing and cutting through thick underbrush, he finally spots it, the house. With a flashlight in one hand and his escape route in mind, he enters the crumbling structure. Inside, time stands still, chairs stacked oddly, kitchen plates still resting on dusty counters, and the air thick with the decay and the unmistakable stench of something foul, almost human.
Yeah, so somebody left this place in a hurry. Man, they left a lot behind. No, it's just a cubby hole. Alright. I hope no crazy son of a gun living up here. I've seen too many of those videos. Oh shit! What the fuck? Oh, alright, there's an animal in there. Oh. What the hell? Whew. Oh man, my heart's pounding right now. I don't know what, I don't want to get bit. Out here, nope. Shoot. Alright, we got downstairs covered. Whew. Man. Son of a gun. Did we look in there? Yeah, we looked in there. Alright, let me get my... Ah, man, my heart's pounding right now. Ooh, I'm shaking. I don't know. I don't know. I don't think it's a squirrel. It sounded too heavier than a squirrel.
Then, a jarring sound cuts through the silence. Something bolts from beneath the bed, unseen but fast. His pulse spikes. He doesn't wait to find out what it was. He bolts out of the house. Outside, he takes a better look around. The towering oaks surrounding the property suggest this place was once farmland long before the forest claimed it back. He admits this might be his most intense discovery yet, Whatever scurried under that bed might have just been an animal, but part of him can't shake the idea that it wasn't. What do you think he saw? Let me know. And KPS Paranormal, a YouTube channel known for its stripped-down, raw investigations into supernatural and cryptid phenomena, shares one of its most unsettling solo excursions in this encounter. Chris, the man behind the camera, ventures deep into the remote woods of Pendleton County, Kentucky, an isolated stretch of land tangled in eerie folklore and whispers of the unexplained.
Just heard something throwing nut or something back here. Something's throwing stuff. Literally, I don't know if y'all heard that. Hopefully you did. Try to focus my camera or my light in a little bit more. So we're gonna do some wood knocking, guys.
Armed with motion sensors, audio gear, trail cams, and a firearm, which would prove to be a wise choice, Chris steps into the darkness. He's out there to find the source of unexplained sounds and odd disturbances he's noticed in recent weeks. But what starts off as a search quickly spirals into something far more disturbing. Deep in the forest, strange noises begin. Branches snap, something pants nearby, and it feels like he's being tracked. His cat balls, small, light-up motion toys used in ghost hunting, begin blinking in places where nothing is visibly moving.
Alright, we got these cat balls. If there's anybody out here with us, friend or foe, I'm gonna lay some of these cat balls down in the trail. Here's one. You can see it flashing. I don't know if you can see it there. See it flashing there? We'll walk a little ways up. These old rocks here, them are big rocks, and they're all down this. This ain't natural. If you're here with us, I left you a cat ball back there on the trail. I'll leave you another one up here. I got more. Leave one on this rock here. Oh, it rolled off. Right there for you. Creepy place. Look at all these stones, guys.
Chris uses classic communication methods, wood knocks and vocal whoops, and something responds. Subtle, deliberate sounds echo back. As he moves forward, he stumbles onto large weathered stones spread oddly throughout the area, and trees that appear freshly snapped and arranged, blocking paths in a way that feels deliberate. He insists it's not random, like a warning someone or something left behind. The deeper he goes, the more unnerving the surroundings get. Trees twisted unnaturally, stones placed too precisely to be coincidence. Entering one particularly still patch of forest, Chris notes the unnatural silence. No bugs, no animals. Only an eerie quiet, broken by an occasional knock or strange whisper. His camera picks up the rustle of dried leaves and faint footfalls. Despite being the only person there, his cat balls flash again, each time moments after he asks for a response. At one point, Chris switches off his flashlight and lets the forest swallow him in pitch black. The mood shifts. What was creepy becomes threatening.
I do have a gun. I'm not afraid to use it. Super quiet, guys. Since I came down here, when I first came down here, there was bullfrogs. See the laser? See it shining around? That is a gun. I'll put 2 across your eyes. Start making my way back this way, guys. Something don't want me back here. Is that you that don't want me back here? I was going to try to camp out here tonight, but I think I might just call it quits since I'm by myself. I don't want to end up on 411. I mean, seriously, listen to how quiet it is out here, guys. You seen all them cicadas? There should be a lot of sound back here. My cat balls right here. I think it's the one that was lighting up. I'm not sure. Was that you lighting this cat ball up? You can do it again. If you're spiritual, light it up for me. And we won't bug you again.
He speaks into the lens with unease, mentioning he refuses to become another 411 case, referencing the missing 411 mystery involving people vanishing without a trace in national parks. A new fear creeps in as batteries on his fully charged gear start draining with no warning. The atmosphere grows heavy. Chris senses something unseen is watching, even tailing him. His words shift, less like an investigator, more like someone trying not to provoke a predator. He offers to leave, speaking directly to whatever may be listening. Near the end, after almost an hour of tense exploration, Chris confesses he's had enough. He's heard too much, felt too much, and he's convinced he avoided something dangerous. He pulls back, heading for his property at the forest's edge, shaken and drained. But it's not over. Just as he wraps up, those same wood knocks sound out again, this time from the woods behind his home, a place where he once camped with his children. He knows what he felt wasn't ordinary, and by the time he stops recording, it's clear Chris respects whatever's out there, and more importantly, he knows when it's time to walk away. This channel is called Sort of Interesting. That's the actual name, and it fits well. Especially if you enjoy camping videos, the creator often shares clips of himself traveling around the country, camping in peaceful places. It's always relaxing to watch, and in this episode he heads out with his gear to camp in a forest near a large, beautiful river.
A few items here from my bag just to lower the weight on my back, because even though I anticipate it going extremely chilly tonight, which is why I've currently got an extra layer for bedtime on, although I am going to wear all of this straight through till the morning, it's been a beautiful day and it's still really warm in the evening here. So carrying all that kit and wearing extra layers is definitely sweating a little bit more than I wanted to on the way down.
While hiking, he arrives at the river and decides to pause for a bit to eat and take in the soothing sounds of the flowing water.
Comes across in these videos just how much I love this sort of stuff. But this is about as perfect a moment as I could possibly imagine. A couple of months ago, when I bought my Trangier Spirit Burner stove, I never imagined it would immediately become one of my favourite pieces of outdoor gear. I think the very fact that it is quite slow and inefficient almost makes it suit these sort of very calm, quiet moments all the better. Here we are, of course, leaving no trace. Never leave your litter out.
As night began to fall, he picked a spot to camp, set up his tent quickly, and got inside to settle in for the night.
Keep it calm. I'm almost too scared to breathe.
in.
I was half asleep when, with no prior torchlight, a lot of animal-like rustling broke out. Then suddenly, in the darkness, a loud crack sound really woke me with a start.
Oh, that's right. They're looking straight at me. I am trying not to panic. Hello?
Right, I'm just going to use the phone light now, and I'm just going. They haven't been about, I haven't seen a single light now for maybe 5-10 minutes. I don't even know. I've been just trying to keep as calm as possible, but when they walked off and the light went out, I don't even know which direction they were, but somewhere in that direction. I'll forget it, let's just go. Right, I'll use the phone now. I'll keep the phone recording just in case anything else happens, and I'll use it as my own.
He was suddenly woken up by the sound of sticks breaking, and when he opened his eyes, he noticed a light. It was pretty late, and he expected to be alone in the woods, so it startled him a bit. He stepped outside and called out, "Hello," but no one answered, and the figure vanished into the trees. Since he was stealth camping in a place that wasn't fully remote, it's likely the person was just out for a night hike. He probably scared the stranger just as much as the stranger scared him. Maybe that person is now telling their friends how they heard someone say hello while walking alone in the forest. Even so, the creator couldn't shake the uneasy feeling of knowing someone else was out there. So he packed up his gear and decided to leave the forest. Hiking Dancer is a woman who's deeply passionate about hiking. Just like her name suggests, she often goes on long trail journeys lasting days and shares those adventures on her channel. She used to post a lot of camping videos, but recently it's been mostly hiking. In this particular video, she decides to return to solo camping along the Florida Trail.
Onto the Florida Trail at a different section. This actually was the area I wanted to get to last time I hiked the trail, and I realized it was like the worst trail on earth. I'm giving this trail tries and tries, but this is a cool blue blaze from a trailhead, and it is a chillier day today, so I thought I want to try to hike a little bit and such.
After a long day of walking, she finally arrived at the campsite she'd picked. She pitched her tent, made it comfortable, and got a fire going while preparing a warm cup of milk tea to relax.
Not really hungry, just drank some milk tea, and the fire is going out. I could restart it, and probably I will get rid of the final wood that I have near here.
Completely worn out from the hike, she quickly fell asleep inside her tent, but
I'm so tired, but I can't sleep. So many sounds. I guess that was a bunch of coyotes just living their best life. They were really close. And it's actually raining a little bit right now, so it's like 10:30, and I went to bed at like really early. Can't sleep. Lots of different sounds.
the peaceful night was suddenly broken by the sound of coyotes just outside. It felt like there were a few of them nearby, but they never came close enough to pose a threat. So she stayed calm, though. For most people, that situation would be enough to call it quits. It's a reminder that camping alone in the wild always carries the risk of animal encounters, and it's smart to have some form of protection ready in case things get too close. Luckily, she woke up to birds chirping the next morning as if nothing had happened the night before. Listen up. If you don't like and sub, your crush is gonna marry your worst enemy. I don't make the rules. Hit that button before it's too late. And yeah, click here. It only gets crazier.